Good morning. Today we're going to talk about the personal aesthetic portfolio all together. And it was really fun and interesting for me to do, and I enjoyed doing it. So my first art piece I chose was The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. It was painted in the 1490s, so a long time ago. But what I admire about this piece is it's God sitting at the table and he's making like a really sad face, or like a face of betrayal, because everyone at the table is kind of talking about him, and just that feeling in the painting, like I'm sure everyone has felt that feeling, and it's not good, and it's kind of nice to see the interesting facial features, and you could kind of actually feel how they're supposed to be feeling in that painting, which I really like. I've found that I really value emotion in paintings, and that one has a lot of emotion for me. Number 2 for art, my second piece of art was The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. This one was a really pretty one. It was the night sky over like a city, and it's just so balanced and beautiful. Like everywhere you look, it looks like it's supposed to be there, and it's just, I enjoy the balance. I don't know if you've seen Starry Night. It's a pretty common painting. It's the swirly little ones in the sky, and it's just repetition and balance, and I just feel like almost a peaceful feeling. Like I just feel relaxed, and I just want to lay down right there and maybe go to sleep for the night under the stars. And I really appreciate Van Gogh's balance and his repetition in his paintings. It brings me joy. Number 3 is The Wanderer of the Sea of Fog. It's by Caspar David Friedrich. And this one was a really cool one because I felt like it was like a super hero kind of feel. Like he was like a brave person standing in the sea of fog on the rock. He's on a rock, and there's just a sea of fog, and it's like a mysterious feeling, like just going into the unknown. Sometimes you just gotta take a big leap into the unknown to grow and get better. And I feel like that painting really resembled that, because you do have to be brave, and the sea of fog is mysterious, and I like the feeling of the mystery, and there's a feeling in that one too I like. But I also like the picture. The fog looks really realistic. The person looks realistic, but it's a painting, and I love that. So number 4 was a kind of different one. It's called A Bigger Splash by David Hockney, and it was painted in 1967, so that's why it's a little different, because a little different style than the older pieces. This one was a pop art, so it was really bright and vivid. The main colors were like bright blue, salmon, and it was just a pool like in the 60s with a diving board, but you could see the splash in the water, which I liked. But it was a pop art, so it almost popped out at you, so that was cool to feel the summer feeling. Like I could almost feel the sun on my face and the water, and I just really love summer, so capturing that into an image really helps me, especially in the cold winter time when you're like, oh, I miss summer, and just looking at a painting you can kind of get that feeling again without actually being there, and I appreciate that. And I like the pop art where it looks kind of fake, but at the same time it looks realistic. It's like a mix. I like that. And that one also had emotion in it, and it kind of had a story to tell, like someone jumping in the water or having fun who knows what they're doing. It could have been a birthday or something, or just hanging out by yourself at home. It's always nice. I have one more. This one's Psyche Revived by Cupid's Kiss from Antonio Canova. It was a sculpture made in 1777, and it was a lot of emotion, so a big story behind it. Psyche was so beautiful, and her mother, the queen or the god of beauty was a little jealous or something, so she sent her son Cupid to make Psyche fall in love with like the ugliest men. And instead, Cupid fell in love with her, and his mother tried to like kill her or something. So as she was dying, he saved her by kissing her, which was pretty interesting. I really like the feeling of just the embrace of the being held and the kiss. It shows like a lot of compassion, and it's supposed to resemble the innocence of love and what you're willing to do for love, and young specifically love, I guess. But it was really interesting to look at, and I noticed as I'm looking at my values of my art, I really enjoy pieces with emotion. I really enjoy pieces with a story behind them, some value. I mean, like, anybody could throw some colors together and call it art, but I don't really feel anything from that. And I don't really like that in the modern art movement. I really enjoy these older ones where there's feelings and stories and values, and that's how art should be to me. And I'm actually really surprised in my art aesthetic, because I thought I was always like a bright, bubbly person, but like a lot of my art is like dark and mysterious. And so now I realize I do like mysterious stuff, and I do like the darker colors because they give you a different kind of feeling, like almost a really cool feeling, like dark and mysterious. And I also like the bright colors too, like the bubbly and the bright. So I'm just a mix of all, but it's really interesting to see for my aesthetic, and I'm really glad that we did this. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.